Broadcasting from the McLaurin Carpet Studios on Central Avenue in downtown Laurel, Mississippi. This is Good Morning Pine Belt with Ben Winpickler on SuperTalk Laurel 99.3.
All right, good morning Pine Belt. We're back here on a Wednesday morning. Coming to you live as we always do in the McLaurin Carpet Studios. We got a great show ahead of you today. And lots of people, lots of events going on here, but we always appreciate you tuning in wherever you may be listening. And don't forget, you can always listen back on our SuperTalk Laurel YouTube page. Go check it out, and you can get any segment, any show that you may have missed. You can always go back there and listen. All right, before we bring in our first guest of the day, I want to mention that this segment of Good Morning Pine Belt is brought to you by our friends over at Bank First. I know last week we had Jameson and Landry in telling you all about what they are doing there in the commercial lending side of things and other things that are happening there at Bank First. So they're great people. Go check them out, and they'll get you taken care of. BankFirstFS.com. All right, joining us now, as he does every month, we have our good buddy George Bassi from the Lauren Rogers Museum of Arts. And how you doing this morning,
Good
George?
morning. Doing good. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, George, I know there is never any shortage of things happening at the museum. It seems like every time we talk, we miss something because there's so much going on there. But y'all have lots going on this week specifically.
We do. For some reason, we've decided to pack in a lot, more than usual. So we have two different summer exhibitions that are both having opening events this week, both tomorrow.
Okay.
So we've got an exhibition of photography, and it's called In Threes, and it features three Mississippi photographers. It's a husband-wife, Maudie Schuyler Clay, and her husband Langdon Clay, and their daughter Sophia Clay. Okay. And these are all almost, I think every photo is from the Mississippi Delta, and it's in threes where they all take in sometimes the same subject.
Yeah.
Three different versions of it in their own eye as a photographer. And then sometimes it's just threes based on imagery, and it could be three chairs in a row abandoned somewhere, things like that. And so it's really compelling.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it, and they are just Maudie and Langdon, the husband and wife, are just world-class photographers. They've won awards all over the country, all over the world, and we've done exhibits of their work separately through the years at the museum. So we're really glad to have them. They'll be here for an art talk tomorrow, the 18th at noon, and they'll be three of the photographers along with the exhibition curator, who is Ashley Gates from New Orleans. And this is all coming from a foundation called the Do Good Foundation. They put this exhibit together, and they've traveled it to us to show. So it'll be up its own view through August 30th at the museum. So if they can't get to the art talk tomorrow, they can at least come see the show. It's great color photography. It's really, really interesting pieces.
Now, is the art talk tomorrow free?
It is. Tomorrow's art talk is free. We'll have drinks and desserts available if people want to bring a brown bag lunch. It starts at noon, and they'll be through at 1.
There you go. And that really intrigues me because the Delta is such an interesting place.
Well, and these are some landscapes, but it's also just kind of like people and places, and just there's just so much to it. And I think that hearing them talk about it, I think is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I bet that will be a lot of fun. Well, that's not the only thing y'all are doing tomorrow.
No,
you got a busy day.
There's an exhibit called The Prince of Sam Gilliam, which opened the end of May 26th. It's on view until July 26th.
Okay. And
there'll be a talk tomorrow. The curator of the Columbia Museum of Art in Columbia, South Carolina, Sade, will be with us, and she will talk about the Sam Gilliam's role. Sam Gilliam was born in Mississippi, born in Tupelo, but really spent his entire career, grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, but spent his entire career making art outside of Washington, D.C., and is one of America's most premier abstract painters, and did lots of different things. We have one of his pieces. We have more than one piece in our collection. But he also had this phase where he did in the 1970s, he started working, collaborating with people to do these prints. And so there are 36 prints that were all created over about a 30-year span or more. And they're all from one collection. and they're traveled in association with a gallery in Miami, Florida. Anyway, it's a great, beautiful color imagery. It's the focus of a lot of the things we're doing this summer with kids. A lot of our art activities and camps, as well as our free family art, is kind of geared around his colorful prints in that process.
Yeah, and that's tomorrow.
That is at 5. The talk is at 5:30 tomorrow evening, and there's a reception from 6:30 to 7:30 following the talk.
Okay, so you can maybe ask her more in detail questions and everything.
Exactly. Yep.
And that's free as well.
That is free as well.
Man, that's what I love about the museum. Everything's there
We
free.
We try.
As much as you possibly can. Well, I know you, one thing that is exciting coming up, you're about to have your series, The Music in the Museum. It starts on Friday.
It does. The first one, we'll do Fridays in June, July, and August. And John Milham is a local jazz musician who is just awesome.
We just had his daughter in last week.
And so they are... this is the third summer, maybe fourth summer in a row, that he has put together a series bringing jazz musicians up. And this year we thought we would do, the theme is Born in America. We thought for America 250. And the birth of jazz, of course. He's really going to talk about, they're going to actually do a series of concerts kind of chronicling jazz music in America.
That'll be a lot of fun.
And so look, the one, it's this Friday night at 6 p.m., so June 19th at 6 p.m., it's free, open to the public. But we've got John, of course, on percussion on drums. We have someone playing the banjo, the piano, someone playing the bass, someone playing the sax, someone playing the trumpet.
Yeah.
So there are 6 jazz musicians will be in the Sanders, and it's inside, so there's air conditioning, and it is really it'll be just wonderful. These are all of these people have all played at Preservation Hall in New Orleans, and he says they're really considered royalty of New Orleans jazz. They're so good, and so he'll put that group together. But that'll be this Friday, June 19th at 6 p.m. And it's really those concerts usually last about an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay.
What's great about them is they not only, of course, are talented musicians. There's a little bit of a conversation. Like they introduce each piece and kind of tell you about it.
Gotcha.
So it's really awesome because you actually learn a lot about jazz.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's nice because, like you said, sometimes with jazz, you maybe don't know specifically where it came from, so they're going to give you that history.
They tell you that, and they'll explain it, and they always pick songs or a composer or whoever that really has a relationship to them, and they'll explain all about it and the workings of it. So it's always really good.
Now, when this Friday, when people come, do they go in the front? Do they go in the side?
Go in the front door. Front door will be open, and the concert takes place in the Sanderson Gallery, so easiest in the front. We always have free refreshments, so there will be things for people to drink. If they want to partake while they're watching the concert. It's a nice little feature we give them as well.
Yeah. Just sit, hang out, listen to some great jazz music, learn a lot. So that's this Friday, and then you'll have one at the end of July and the end of August.
Correct. We'll have one July 31st and then one on August 28th.
There you go. Well, you briefly mentioned it too, and I know we've talked about this before, is y'all's free family art that's still going on.
It continues on, and so we've got one today on the 17th. There'll be one, and there'll be one on the 24th and July 1st. There's actually 3 remaining. We do them 5 Wednesdays in a row. The theme this year is Red, White, and You. Yeah. And again, playing on that theory. These are from 1 to 4 p.m. on Wednesdays, like I said, through July 1st. And they're kind of come and go. We have art activities. There's a make and take, for kind of all ages, but mostly for kids doing it. And then at 2 p.m., is a story time. The Laurel Jones County Library has someone there. The reading of a children's book during this at 2 p.m. But it's these Wednesdays, and it's always a lot of fun and really kind of our biggest one-time event we do in terms of kids. There'll be, there's 100, 150 kids every Wednesday afternoon in the summers. But it ends July 1st.
There you go. All right. Well, George, I know we touched on quite a bit, but is there anything else that we missed that's coming up?
Well, we do have now one thing in the summer, and if people want to partake in it, but on Thursday afternoons in June and July, so there's a few more opportunities this month, and then all of July, we have a program called Drop-In Drawing, where we are in the galleries with all the supplies, and anyone can come in, especially this time of year. You want to get in the air conditioning. Yeah. But from 2 to 4 p.m. on Thursdays in the summer, we have free drawings. We have all the supplies. We'll have a staff member, and you can come all levels. There'll be a little instruction if you want it, or if not, you can just kind of draw on your own. And it's really kind of a good indoor activity that kind of, but it also has a nice little art slant too.
Yeah,
as well.
so if you're walking around downtown Laurel, you can, in the heat of the summer.
And it's all ages. It's not just kids. We'll have adults. We'll have whole families come in, and all of them will be drawing at the same time if they want to.
Every Thursday from 2 to 4.
Every Thursday from 2 to 4 in June and July.
There you go. Well, that's a lot of fun. Well, George, we always appreciate you coming on. If you can, remind us real quick of the times of the conversation with the photographers and then the music and the other one.
Yes. Art Talk is at noon tomorrow, and it will be from 12 to 1. The conversation with the curator for the Prince of Sam Gilliam is Thursday, is tomorrow as well, and it's at 5:30, and a reception from 6:30 to 7:30.
There you go. He's George Bassi with the Lauren Rogers Museum of Arts. Always something going on over there at one of our, really just a treasure here in Laurel and Jones County. George, we always appreciate you having on. We'll talk to you next month.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, we'll be right back. Good morning, Pine Belt. Stick around this Wednesday morning. Good morning, Pine Belt. We are back on this Wednesday morning. Our thanks to Mr. George Bassi there with the Lauren Rogers Museums of Arts. Lots of events coming up here over the next couple of weeks, so make sure you stay tuned on their Facebook. All right. Before we bring in our first guest, I want to mention, of course, that this segment of Good Morning Pine Belt is brought to you by our friends over at Dixie Electric Power Association, a member-owned electric co-op that has the best broadband internet you're going to find. Go check out their map there at defastlink.com. You may just be eligible for it, even if you're not a DE Fastlink customer, a Dixie Electric customer. You may be eligible for DE Fastlink, even if you are not in their electrical coverage area. You still may be able to get their internet, which I promise you, if you're in it, you want to get it. All right, joining us now, as we get closer to the 4th of July, we're going to have lots of events coming up. America 250, huge celebration across the country. And in my opinion, none bigger than what's happening in small-town America. And we have one of those today. From the big city of Taylorsville, we have Mayor Trey Gibson and Miss Ashley Herrington. And thank you all so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, Mayor Gibson, I'll start with you. As I just said, obviously, big year, 250. And to me, in my opinion, what makes America what it is today is because of small towns like Taylorsville.
Most definitely. Small towns create, the culture, the history, the live music, it's community.
Yeah.
And small towns across our state, across this great nation. And I'm so glad that they're all coming together, big and small, for America 250. It's a great thing. So.
Absolutely. Well, Taylorsville is certainly no exception in that. Y'all have lots coming up here on the 4th of July weekend, and that's all kind of starting off Friday. You've actually got a couple of days worth of it. So
two-day event.
2-day event. That's
yes.
a big deal here in the Pine Belt area. So tell us what's gonna look like.
So with our Taylorsville Chamber of Commerce partnered with Mississippi Humanities, and we're going to do a 2-day event starting July 3rd, July 4th. July 3rd really focuses on our history that tied to music, our Taylorsville Signal, the oldest building structure, commercial structure in Taylorsville. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have a special edition for the America 250, the Power of Place at the Depot, celebrating America 250. So it's going to be cool. We're going to have some speakers. We're going to have live music on the dock, walking tour of the Watkins Museum, 1 to 5. So come out and see us. Wear your red, white, and blue.
And you mentioned the Watkins Museum. I've been to Taylorsville several times,
Right.
but I'm not really familiar with the Watkins Museum.
So the Watkins Museum started as a general store with a print press in it.
Okay.
And the Taylorsville Signal. So
Yeah.
it was 2 for 1.
Oh,
Back
okay.
in 1901. We're founded in 1900.
Gotcha.
It was a father, 2 daughters. Once he passed, it carried on the tradition with the 2 daughters until the late 1960s.
Yeah.
Then the Garden Club stepped in. It was donated to the town. They did some renovations, and then a full renovations in the early 2000s, the late 1990s
Okay.
of the Watkins Museum.
That's awesome.
So now it's full with local history and all about Taylorsville.
There you go. And this walking tour, about how long is that going to last?
I mean, it's not that big of a
It's
building,
not
so,
that-
I mean, you can make it last 5 minutes or 5 seconds.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's packed full of great Smith County Taylorsville history.
Absolutely. And then the big party is happening on Saturday. And Miss Ashley, tell us all about it.
So that happens Saturday, July 4th. It's from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. We kick things off with the national anthem, and then we go into the 3rd annual Kids Bike Parade.
Yeah,
It's a lot
I
of
love
fun.
that.
Yeah, it's precious. The kids will, bring their bikes, scooters, wagons, and, they decorate them all red, white, and blue, very patriotic,
Mm-hmm.
and they just make their lap around the park area, and they get judged and, get little prizes for that. And then we'll also have food trucks out there. So several food trucks have signed up for the event. And then we'll have the beer tent. There'll be some games and stuff
Okay.
for the kids to play.
Yeah.
Then we have live music by the Band US.
Hey, let me just tell you, I went to an event recently where the Band US was the headliner. Well, they were the only band. But let me just tell you, that was the most fun I've ever had.
So much energy.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love that. I have wanted to have them for an event since I first started with the chamber, and I'm so excited
And
to have them.
I was not familiar with
And
them.
what perfect timing, too.
I know.
50 US.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's absolutely, it's
crazy.
great.
They
It
were a
really
lot
is.
of fun. Bring up people on stage. They were
Yeah.
a lot. So y'all picked a great one.
I know.
Y'all are going to
So
have a lot of fun.
excited.
So yeah, what else is that day
So
going to look
we'll
like?
we'll finish out with the fireworks show. So
Okay.
we have a great fireworks show, and that'll end about 9:00 that evening. So.
Okay, what time's the fireworks show kind of
It
stuff?
starts around 9.
Okay.
We try to get things. It depends on the band too. So
Yeah.
we let them play and have a good time, but we try to kick it off right.
Right about
8:39.
right when it gets dark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I know Taylorsville in itself. I know you're going to talk a lot about that, but there's a lot of history in Taylorsville.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We do. We have a lot of history. I mean, Taylorsville is closely tied to where we sit today, Laurel,
yeah.
with Eastman Garner Railroad.
Yeah.
So it's really cool that we've got a ton of displays with that. So it's a great opportunity to showcase Taylorsville, Smith County, and our connection to right here in Laurel.
That's
So,
right.
Yeah, and I'm looking, and I think you said it before, but it's the 125th.
yes,
Yeah.
we're continuing that until July the 9th. So it's been a
Okay.
year-long celebration.
Yeah.
So it's been a great turnout and show of support for
Oh
it.
yeah.
Absolutely, and I know obviously when y'all do these kind of events, you can't do it by yourself. So I know y'all probably got some great sponsors that are in it with you.
Yes. So Georgia Pacific is one of the sponsors, and then the Southern Beverage Company is also another, and then Mississippi Humanities as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's great. So,
Oh, yeah.
Now I know obviously y'all said y'all are kind of continuing the Taylorsville celebration through the 9th. Is there anything planned after the 4th of July that you can kind of give us a little teaser on?
Never know. We always have something up our
maybe when it
sleeve.
cools off a little bit.
Yeah, that would be great.
A little cup of
Yeah.
Yeah.
chili or something.
Yeah. I know y'all always got a lot of stuff planned there in Taylorsville. And I know we've talked about it before, but y'all are really bringing back these events. Because for years, Taylorsville just, it kind of sat there.
Right.
And so what's it meant? I know we've talked about it before, but Mayor, what's it meant for you over these last couple of years to really start seeing the town kind of come back to, like we talked about, what small town America is meant for?
I just love that it showcases our community.
Yeah.
It brings people out of their four walls, gets them out onto the street, connects with people, and I think that's what we do best.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I love it.
And I want to touch on, too, I don't think we've had a chance to have you on since. Obviously, Taylorsville, not too terribly long ago, had a pretty rough storm that
Yes.
came through down. How's the recovery looking on that?
I mean, we have pretty much cleaned up everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you know, there's some blight left, you
Yeah.
know, to vacant lots, and hopefully somebody will come through, see the potential of that empty lot, or bring a family in and rebuild a house and relocate to Taylorsville. That's what we're shooting for.
Yeah,
So-
I know when a tornado like that comes through a small town, it really hits harder in a small town maybe than it would a big town.
It does, but you overlook the devastation with the great sense of community and
It's
support. and
incredible.
love.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because during those few days after that, I mean, overwhelmed support from all areas
Yeah.
of this state and country. It was wonderful.
It really is amazing to see when it comes, whatever we're fighting about, when
Yeah.
it comes to small town Mississippi especially,
Yes.
man, when something like that happens,
Yes.
it's incredible.
Yes.
It doesn't matter who you are, what you are,
Yeah.
what you're doing. Somebody's coming with a chainsaw and a side-by-side
They will.
and a
That's
case
how
of
it
water.
was, yeah.
That's exactly
I have
it.
chills thinking about it.
Yeah.
I know.
It really was that way.
It was something.
It really, and what's incredible too, I was thinking, and we'll get back to the event, remind people of it, but not too long after that, the Taylorsville High School baseball team almost made a run the whole way.
Yes.
That was an incredible,
Yes.
I was like, man, that would be such a great
Yes.
story. Because
Yes.
did they even get to play on their home field?
Yes.
Okay.
The field was ready to go and everything, so they had a great season at
Oh,
home.
yeah, they did.
So
That was an incredible run,
Yes.
man. It would have been awesome for them to
Yeah.
pull it off after, but I know y'all are
they
proud
made
of
it
them.
to
anyway.
Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
so-
They did. They did. That's a big deal. Well, look, as we finish, remind people of the date, time, location of the event coming up, and what those days are going to look like.
All right, so the 4th of July weekend celebration starts out on Friday, July 3rd. It's from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the train depot in Taylorsville. And then Saturday, July 4th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and it's at our town park.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Friday is going to be a lot of historical things that are happening there in Taylorsville, or from Taylorsville, from the time that Taylorsville's been around. And then Saturday's the big party. And let me just tell you, if you have not seen them, I can't stress this enough, how good they are, the Band US. So if you have
great.
not seen them, make the short drive to Taylorsville, because I promise you, if nothing else, that will be worth your time.
Oh, yeah, it's a free event.
It's
Free event.
it's free event. There you
Come
go.
on.
That's right.
12, and it starts at 12 o'clock on Friday, right?
12 o'clock on Friday to 5 o'clock.
12 o'clock to Friday o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then 5 to 9 on Saturday.
it.
Mayor Gibson, Ashley, we really appreciate y'all
appreciate
coming in, and I know we look forward to having y'all on again soon.
Thank
Definitely.
you.
All right, when we come back, we're going to be telling you, I know we just had them in, but LLT is coming back on, and we're going to tell you more about that in just a second. All right, good morning, Pine Belt. We are back from the McLaurin Carpet Studios here in historic downtown Laurel on a Wednesday morning. Our thanks to Mayor Trey Gibson and Miss Ashley Herrington from the city of Taylorsville. Going to be a lot of fun there in Taylorsville on the 3rd and the 4th. Lots of fun. I say it again. If you've never seen the Band US, I'm telling you right now, take your time. Drive down there to Taylorsville. It's going to be worth your time. Before we bring in our next guest, I want to mention that this segment of Good Morning Pine Belt is brought to you by our friends over at Community Bank. Go check them out today. Community Bank is local bankers, and they are people here making local decisions. They're not in New York. They're not in Dallas. They're not in Houston, wherever. Miami. They're here in the Pine Belt making decisions about you, because they know about you, because they're your neighbor. So go check them out today. Community Bank, great people that will always get you taken care of. All right, joining us now, we had a cast on talking about a performance that just ended. But now we are back talking with our friends over at the Laurel Little Theater, just a short walk away here in downtown Laurel. Hey, Miss Christy Liverett. How are you, Miss Christy?
I am great. I'm excited to hear about the Taylorsville
Oh, my God.
fun. Yeah,
Oh,
that
my
band is great.
They're fantastic. They are fantastic. That's going to be a lot of fun, I'm telling you. Well, Miss Christie, I know that we've talked to you a lot, and Laurel Little Theater is near and dear to my heart. I know my wife has done several performances there, and it's just a fantastic place. And just came off a great performance there of the Disney. I forgot the name.
The Disney Review,
Yes.
Dare to Dream.
Yes.
So yeah, you had our two main stars in, and they were so excited
They did
about
great.
being on. They did so great.
They did great. I love
And
how you just turned it over to them. They did
all
fantastic.
the kids did so great. Every year I say this is my favorite kids camp, but again, it was my favorite kids camp. It was so good, and the voices and the talent. We are so fortunate to have that future in the theater.
Yeah,
Those young people. Our kids camp is the future of the theater, and I'm excited to see it all the time.
It really starts a love of theater. I had another set of kids on from the other theater.
Encore.
The Encore kids. And man, every one of them was like, I've been doing 20 shows. I've been doing shows for 5-10 years.
A lot of kids
They fall in
left
love
the
with it.
Disney and went straight to they were doing simultaneous rehearsals.
It's incredible.
They're great.
They're great. Well, I know y'all are getting ready for an exciting year at Laurel Theater, but first, I want to talk about y'all have an exciting new website that I'm sitting here looking at, and man, it looks great.
Right. We were so fortunate. Mark Turner, who people may recognize, he had an episode with his wife Kathy on Hometown. They moved here to do the show. He expressed an interest in theater one day when I was just chatting with him, and he said, "Oh, by the way, I'm also a web designer." And we thought, "Oh, how wonderful!"
Great timing.
Yeah, we operate on volunteers, and everything that happens within the theater is 100% volunteers giving their time. And so Mark painstakingly took time to craft this beautiful new website that needed an update in the worst way, and people love it. We've gotten great response. People say it's easier to get tickets when that banner is right up there at the top. It's easier to do like theater research, look up shows, find out details about patronships and memberships, and it's just wonderful, and it's attractive. And we're still working on getting all our pictures in there in our archives, but just the fresh new look. We're thrilled.
Absolutely. I'm sitting here looking at it. You can even see when the auditions are coming up and the whole 9 yards. So that's a really cool update, and I'm excited for y'all. And it's showcasing a really exciting 66.
Season 66.
That's awesome.
I know. It's so great. Music, mystery, and mayhem. We've just got a wonderful blend of musicals and straight plays, and we're just really embracing theater storytelling this season. We're going to kick it off with a Caribbean musical fairy tale. The show is called Once on This Island. It's a Tony Award-winning show directed by Katrina Cox, who folks will hopefully remember from The Color Purple.
I remember her.
And it is just going to be a Caribbean fantasy tale with beautiful music. It's kind of a Little Mermaid meets Cinderella sort of thing. That same kind of timeless story of different class structures, but they're in love. Almost, even harkens to Romeo and Juliet. You've got different class structures, but love saves the day and binds the community. So that's our season opener, the last 2 weekends of August, 21st to 23rd, 28th through 30th. And auditions for that are going to be Monday and Tuesday. So if anyone is interested in performing in this beautiful show or helping out backstage, or I know she wants adults 18 and up, but kids 6 to 10, because there's some there's some roles for small children.
Yeah.
So if you meet those criteria, please join us Monday, Tuesday night, 6 p.m. and check our website or our Facebook for some audition instructions. No big deal, just what to prepare. Very laid back. We try to be.
Yeah, and that's a lot of fun. And then the rest of the season looks like it's a lot of fun as well.
Great. We've got 2 mysteries back to back. We're going to do Clue in November.
Clue,
First
like
2
the
weekends
game?
of November, like the game.
Okay.
It's not the musical Clue. It is the straight play Clue, and it's going to be directed by Sally Mitchell, who does a lot with kids camp. She's worked with kids year after year after year, and so we thought, let's let you direct some grown-ups.
Yeah.
So it is the murder mystery game that you think of. Professor Plum, Miss Scarlet, Miss White, Colonel Mustard, all of those discover they're being blackmailed by a mysterious host, and the bodies start piling up, and it's a race to find the whodunit. And I believe this play has a different ending each performance.
Oh,
so it's certainly
like it.
encouraging. If you come on Friday and then you want to come back on Sunday, you're going to see a different ending.
I like it.
I think that's really fun, and Sally's really excited for that. That's, again, the first 2 weekends of November. We're not doing a Christmas musical this year. We decided to move more into this middle mystery thing. So in spring of March, first 2 weekends of March, we're going to have the 39 Steps, which is an Alfred Hitchcock thriller, a play adapted from that tale. And it has just 4 actors, but they play many different roles.
Ooh.
So this is where we got people that want to come out and audition with some acting chops.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
And Rachel Broom is going to direct that. She is our secretary for the board, and she is wonderful. And so that will be very, very intriguing. And then we asked the kids, what do y'all want for next year? Before we let them go, we said, what do y'all want for next year's kids camp? We gave them a few choices.
Okay.
And unanimously, the Addams Family was the selection.
Well, there was a big Netflix special with the Wednesday show. The kids are into
Wednesday
it.
really brought that back, so that counts as our mayhem part. But we're thinking this year, and if folks are listening, we'd love to hear some feedback to our Facebook. We're thinking about doing 2 kids camps, littles, 6 to 10 or 11, and then an older.
Okay, like a
teens.
high school age.
Mm-hmm. And Addams Family is great that it comes in 2. We can get 2 different styles. We can get the teen version or the kids version.
Yeah.
So we were thinking and asking them around and talking with the board and saying, hey, let's do 2.
I think that'd be a lot of
make
fun.
room for more kids. I think so. And the teens love feeling a little special on that.
Absolutely. Well, I know that's a really exciting lineup, and I'm sitting here thinking, the best way to do that, obviously you can go to shows individually, but the best way to get all of them is to become a member.
Right. Memberships are really what keeps the lights on and keeps the air conditioning cool. We appreciate all our viewers, everyone who comes out to see a show. We thank you so much, but a season membership gets you all the shows, and you can just go online and reserve. You've already bought your tickets. You don't have to worry about credit card fees or missing out, because once you're a member, you just go on and reserve when you want to come. And it is only $55 for an adult season ticket. That's all 4 shows. So that's you would normally pay $17 per show. Mm-hmm. So one price, all 4 shows, and you're really, really helping the theater, helping the future, helping the renovation, helping out all of it as a season member. And we have a family, if you want 2 tickets. Yeah,
that's what I was looking at.
That's great. That's a great deal, too. $100 for 2 for all 4 shows.
Or $190 for 4.
For the family.
That's a steal.
That really is. I mean, if you have a family and you're going to want to see shows, or maybe you've got kids that want to see the kids' shows, and then you can use your other 2 tickets and have a double date night with some friends. You can transfer as a member, and also as a member, if you book for, say, Friday night and you realize last minute, oh my goodness, we can't make it on Friday night, can we move it to Sunday? We can do that for our members. We are able. So that's a little perk with membership. Also, we have senior citizens and student prices. That would be just $50 for all 4 shows.
And what I know, one thing that y'all rely on too is not just the season ticket holders, but patrons. Those are people who are donating just a little bit more on a yearly basis, and this is where companies can get involved as well.
Right.
And that really is kind of the backbone of what y'all are doing.
It does. That really helps us out, and it's so generous, and we're so thankful for our patrons that we try to include choice seats for our patrons. Not the first 2 rows, but the 3 behind the first 2, which they always say in the theater that's the best seats in the house.
Right.
So we have those seating for you. We always offer a complimentary beverage for our patrons. So little perks that let you know we appreciate you so much. And we have different levels, directors, producers, benefactors. And for a single director, $155, producer, $255, or benefactor, $380. And that's the 4 shows, the little perks, but also just the gratitude of knowing that you're helping us out so much. And then we have couples prices and family prices on that. For corporations, for businesses, if you'd love to really help out the theater and help get involved with us, we have corporate patronship beginning at $750 and goes on up from there. But that comes with tickets, that comes with ads in all our programs and our brochures, and that comes with just all of our thanks for having those great partnerships.
Well, I'll tell you, businesses, people getting involved into a local theater, it really does make a difference in kids and the community. I mean, it's been a staple for such a long time. It really does make a difference. Miss Christy, we really appreciate you coming on. I love LLT. I love what y'all are doing. And remind people, if they want to see all of this info, where they can find it.
You can find it at our website, www.laurelltheater.com. That's TheATRE theater.com. And check it all out.
There you go. She's Miss Christy Liverett with Laurel Little Theater, or as we like to call it, LLT.
The LLT.
LLT. So I'm sure we'll have her on soon to talk about more of the great shows. Thank you, Miss Christy.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right. When we come back, we're going to be telling you more about some fun events happening here across small town America. Stick around. Good morning, Pine Belt. We'll be right back. All right, good morning, Pine Belt. We're back. Final segment here on a Wednesday morning, coming to you live as we always do from the McLaurin Corporate Studios. Our thanks to Miss Christy Liverett with LLT, a great local gym that we have here in Laurel. Support them in any way you can, whether it's just showing up to one show or becoming a patron. Anything that you can do to support that theater. I've been to shows there before, and they're always great. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to have something like that here in Laurel. Before we bring in our final guest of the day, you know what time it is. It's almost 10 o'clock. So you know what that means. The team, Rocky and the team over there, are getting ready for the best food that you're going to eat. And just a couple of days ago, I had probably some of the best catfish that I've ever had right there at K-Rocks in Taylorsville. People question sometimes catfish at K-Rocks, and I don't know why, because I can assure you that it probably is the best catfish that you're going to eat. Put a little coleslaw on there, dip your fries in some spicy rock sauce. It's all happening in just about 10 minutes. So drive over there. By the time you get over there, they'll have the doors open, and you can get some of the best food around. All right, joining us now from just up the road on Highway 15 in the big city of Bay Springs, we have Mayor Donald Brown. And Mayor, we appreciate you joining us this morning.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, Mayor Brown, we just talked not at the beginning of the show, or a couple of segments ago with Mayor Gibson from Taylorsville there, and we talked a lot about how events in small-town America really kind of make what's special about America. I know y'all are doing a lot there in Bay Springs, and before we get to what's happening around the 4th of July, y'all got a fun event coming up in just a couple of days.
Yes, sir. We've got our third Mayor's Bass Roundup. It's a little fishing rodeo that we do for our kids, but we also have a adult division that has cash prizes in it. It has trophies and prizes for the kids for the most fish caught. It's not about how big it is; it's how many you catch.
Okay.
So it's a fun day.
Absolutely. And I know this is coming up in just a couple of days, so I know y'all always like to get as many people pre-registered as you can. With it just being a couple of days away, first of all, is there still time to sign up, and how do people do that?
Absolutely. You can go to the Bay Springs Chamber of Commerce Facebook page, or you can contact Katie at City Hall at 601-764-4112. And her extension is 4, I believe. And she can get you registered up. And we have several boat places. You know, we only allow so many boats in because of the size of the lake.
Right.
So we've got several slots there left if somebody wants to register a boat in the adult division. So there's plenty plenty of time to get registered up, so it won't be a problem.
Now, are y'all taking any like the? I know it's going to be an early morning. Are y'all taking any the morning of, or are you asking everybody to pre-register?
Yeah, it's always easier if they pre-register, but there will be some morning of, people coming in, so we can do it that way if it's a must. But we, like I said, we like to have a pre-registered event. That way we know how many people's coming, so we can accommodate everybody.
Because it starts at 7 that morning, correct?
Correct. It goes from 7 to 11 on June the 20th.
And what lake is that at?
That is Brown Lake. It's a family lake up here that the landowner lets us use this for, and very generous to be able to do this event, So we're excited about being able to do it, and it's a good thing for the kids and just a fun day.
I like that. It's not about the sass. It's about how many. So you just keep reeling them in one after one. It's about how many times you can cast. Get them out there quick.
That's right. Wear them out.
That's it. Wear them out. Rip some lips out there. Well, Mayor Brown, I know that's not the only fun thing y'all have coming up in Bay Springs. We're just a few weeks away now from what's going to be a huge celebration across the country with America 250 and the 4th of July, and y'all are going to have a lot of fun out there that Saturday as well.
Yes, sir. We're going to have a big firework display, real similar to our normal, and it should be a little bit bigger. But it'll be at City Hall, like in the past. We have it there where the elderly people at the nursing home can see it.
Yeah.
And also have room for all of our citizens to come watch as well. But it's usually about a 20 to 30-minute fireworks show, so it'll be a good show for everybody.
Absolutely, and I'm looking. It looks like it's free. There's going to be lots of games and everything, so it's going to be a really fun event. And bring a lawn chair. There's not seats out there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And it looks like the fireworks begin about 8:30 or so, right?
Yes, sir. Just by the time it started to get dark when we started.
There you go. That's going to be this that Saturday and the 4th of July. But Mayor Brown, as we finish out the segment, remind people of the date and time and location and how they sign up for the fishing rodeo this weekend.
From 7 to 11 on June the 20th. And if you want to register ahead of time, you can go to the Bay Springs Chamber of Commerce Facebook page or call Katie at City Hall at 601-764-4112. And we can get you accommodated that way.
There you go. All right, well, Mayor Brown, we always appreciate you coming on and look forward to talking to you again soon about what's happening there just up the road there in Bay Springs. Thank you again, sir.
Thanks, Ben.
Absolutely. All right, well, that does it for this Wednesday morning. I appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget, if you missed anything, you can always go back to our SuperTalk Laurel YouTube page. You can catch any shows or segments that you may have missed. And that does it. We won't talk to you again until next Tuesday. We always appreciate you tuning in. And as always, you can keep informed and stay right here on SuperTalk Laurel 99.3.